Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who thinks it's time to apologize. It may have been a little bit delayed. I get the sense that they're expecting this conversation to be a little bit difficult, or for there to be concerns over whether or not this person really wants to hear from them. But they're going to, I think, be relatively surprised to hear this individual has forgiven them long before they made the, effort to apologize. So it's kind of looking like water under the bridge, or, we've already kind of worked through that. They don't want it to be some big ordeal or argument. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day. Happy New Year's Eve if you're watching this the day that I post it. I'm going to be super lame tonight, you guys, so I might do a few more readings tonight. I don't really like driving when there might be people that are driving drunk, so I'm just going to chill. But I hope you have really interesting plans. Let's see what we've got with the signs of the times. If you're interested in a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. All right, what else do we have? Number 20, the mirror, which is kind of perfect. That's a New Year's Eve vibe, is it not? And then reflection. So not only is it making me think of a dance floor. Hello, Nick. But it's also reflection. And when do we reflect if not the end of the year? So this could be somebody who feels like now is the right time because they want to start the next year on a better foot, or they want to have a fresh start. Their focus or whatever their priority is, it seems to be this conversation. Let's make things right. Let's, be friends again, or let's get back together, that kind of thing. Let's go with the Rider-Waite. Hello, Tracy. Happy New Year's Eve. How we doing? Hello, Noah G. Happy New Year. What else do we have? Eight of Cups and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this is what I was saying about if I come back around, I don't know what kind of mood I'm going to find you in. I don't know what your opinion is of me. I don't know if you've decided you'd like to never talk to me again, or if you are in a little bit more like forgiving mood. There's concern that you may slam the door in their face or tell them to take a hike. This moon energy is about not just, I don't know how you're going to react, but also I need to pursue this conversation even if I don't know how it's going to end. Wow. Hierophant in the reverse. I say wow because we had the Hierophant in the upright in the first three. Page of Pentacles in the reverse and the Page of Cups. Yeah. This is coming through as I know I have to do something a little bit out of the ordinary, or I know that I need to kind of demonstrate. I can't just say I'm sorry. I have to show that I've learned something. I have to show that, some behavior has changed, or I understand your perspective better. This is taking a different approach. They may have had to accept or acknowledge that their perception or their rule on the situation, the way they wanted to handle it, wasn't exactly fair, wasn't really honest. There's something here that was a little difficult as far as like pill to swallow, because they have to basically say, I was wrong about that, or I shouldn't have seen it that way, or my perception was maybe a little unfair. So there is some urgency here. We have the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Wands. There is protective energy with the Nine of Wands. This is the wounded warrior, somebody who's been through a lot, but also they've got a little bit more energy, a little bit more ability to, you know, do what needs to be done. And when it's paired with the Knight of Swords, this is, I know that I have to do something now. I can't just, you know, procrastinate or delay it until next week. It's going to have to change. Ooh, that's so cool. I've always wanted to see Scotland. Happy New Year to you. What's your name? House. I love it. What do we got? Three of Cups. Well, that's perfect timing, again, for the New Year's. This is just like reunion energy with the Two of Cups. Yeah, this is a kind gesture, a genuine apology, and I think for many of you, a love offer. This is somebody who wants to spend more time with you, somebody who wants you to know that they wish they'd done things a little bit differently. They wish that they had been more like tender. Ace of Cups. 3, 2, 1. Countdown. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. So the apology is for not putting in the effort, for maybe being distracted, not having focus on you, not wanting to set aside time for you, perhaps. Hello, Lily. How are you doing? All right. This is the Golden Lenormand. What else do we have? Number 3, the Ship. This talks about travel. It could be, you know, rotation as far as like a year, right? And then we've got 20, which is Garden. This talks about the community. I agree with that, Gregory. This is somebody who is elevating the people they want to spend time around. This person's saying that they're sorry for not having invested in your connection, but they may also be leaving behind a community or a group of friends they should have, or they feel they should have kind of walked away from a while back based on how they treat this person, whether or not they're actually loyal or friendly. Like there's friendly, and then there's like, I treat you like you're actually my friend. You know, like, do you stand up for me? Do you support what I'm doing? Do you call me on my ish? I think that's a friend thing, you know. Some people may disagree with me. Hello, Maribel. How are you doing? So we've got the Rider, R-I-D-E-R. This is definitely about travel. So the Rider is somebody who generally is showing up with news. And we have the Three of Cups. This could be somebody who is planning a trip to see you, planning to reunite, planning to apologize. And they have some good news to share with you. This person may have a new job. They may have moved. They may have found a resolution to some difficult, like, legal or financial situation. But I do think that you're the person they want to share those details with. Unconditional love in the reverse and lost. Okay, this is a person who has previously gotten a little distracted or hung up on a relationship that was toxic. They may have wanted to believe that it was a better situation than it was, but they have ended that relationship. So this could be you, but I think because it's clarifying the writer, this is the person who's looking to reconcile or apologize. They at one time were very frustrated or felt trapped by this connection. And you may have assumed they would always be dealing with this person. It could be like a best friend, but this is something that was, in my opinion, it looks like it was the obstacle. What made it especially difficult for this person to be open with you. Yeah, they were trapped in some connection where there was some codependency. There may have been children. There may have been some like financial benefits, like, you know, it's cheaper if I live here with you, or we go in on the groceries together, whatever it is. There was a little bit of a painful disconnect that had to happen for this individual, the Hierophant. And it took a little bit longer than it normally would have because they were concerned about how other people would judge the situation or what other people would have done in their situation. So we had to have a little chat with ourselves or a reality check for this person to decide how much they really needed to care about what other people think. And it's probably, you got to care to some extent, right? But this person had to lower it. If I'm in an unhappy relationship and people think it's odd that I want to end it, that says more about them than me wanting to end the relationship. 4 of Wands in the reverse and the 10 of Rings or 10 of Pentacles. In order to get this person's, it feels to me like the way they want to live their life, the dream they have for their life, they had to end this connection first. 4 of Wands in the reverse. It could have been a divorce. It could have just been, I need to move out. I need to go off on my own. But this is someone that they had known for a very long time. You know, it could have been like I'm a roommate with my best friend and we've been living together for, 15 years. You're not going to change that just because you come along randomly. But this is somebody who feels like maybe it's time to go off on their own, not be so closely associated with this person, or perhaps even not be associated with them at all. And in part, it's because they want to reconcile with this person. This 2 of Cups, their love interest. Hello, Peggy. How's it going? What else do we have? The World and the Page of Rings in the reverse. I don't want to repeat a cycle. They're nervous if they don't change their approach, that there's not going to be a second chance, or that they're not going to be able to change your perception of them. That's why I think many of you are going to see a pretty significant, like a big gesture. Like, I wouldn't have done this 6 months or 6 years ago or whatever it was. You know that I wouldn't have gone through all of this effort to apologize to you or, see you. There's something that, based on how they talk to you and based on how they make their decisions, right? Their behavior it's different. King of Cups in the reverse, the High Priestess, where they were previously detached from their emotions, or maybe they had like a little light switch, like, I don't really feel like feeling. They're not detached anymore. Now we have the High Priestess. They're in tune with their intuition, in part because they've been willing to actually address some healing. I'm not going to say they're totally healed, because there's more healing generally for all of us, right? But this person has made strides, and they're more aware of how they feel, who they are, what they want to do. 7 of Cups, Tower in the reverse. There is a possibility this person has gotten a tarot reading or has just, their own intuition telling them that there is somebody else that is going to potentially make a move on you or want to pursue a relationship with you. That could be part of the motivation for them to move with urgency, because we had that Knight of Swords. That's the fastest moving energy in the deck after the Chariot. So they're basically, moving at a pretty decent clip. And it's because they feel like they have to get to you before it's too late. Ace of Cups in reverse, which is in the same column as the Ace of Cups in the upright. And the King of Wands. I have to make an effort, or I have to pursue this. I have to tell you how I feel, or even if you don't reject me, it's going to end up the same way as a rejection. It's a different type. It's like, then it's just like a disqualification. They know there's not a lot of time. The time clock is running. This is the Pause Tarot. Hello, Matt. Happy New Year. I hope the new year brings you joy. Hello, Voyager. How are you doing? The Empress. Wow. I would like to give you a high five, whoever you are, the Hierophant, who had some issues in terms of their emotional, well, it looks like detachment to me, right? But to come out as the Empress, this is like, oh yeah, I had to learn some more about, the divine feminine, the emotional side. But don't worry, I got an A. How do you get any more divine feminine than the divine feminine herself, the Empress? That doesn't mean you're a female. This is somebody who has gotten in touch with their emotions and they're good at it, okay? It's not just like, oh, I took a little swim. I understand a little bit about how I feel. I should probably go back to it later. No, this is like, I know everything about how I feel, and I can tell you about it right now. Do you want me to write a book? Well done. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Hanged Man in the reverse. They may have had a little bit of urgency or a sense that they had to work very quickly. They may have felt like they had a lot of time. How do I explain this? Okay, I used to hate when I had to work at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because you get a little bit of stuff done, but then you hit 1 o'clock and then you're like, what can I really do? Where I have enough time to enjoy it before I have to get into work mode. This is somebody who felt like they had more time to enjoy before they had to get ready for work than they really did. They dilly-dallied. They got distracted. And then they did a whole bunch of, it's like they wrote a whole term paper in one night. Hola, Patrick. How you doing? Hello, Key Controller. Happy New Year. We've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. So even though they wrote that term paper in one night, they did it justice. They have finished it. They have done the work, but they did not have the benefit of a lot of time to figure this out. They are a little bit fresh off the, graduation of it. With the Queen of Pentacles, this is looking to me like they're interested in stability. They could have been focusing on their finances, trying to make sure that they had what they needed to be able to make a decent offer. Maybe for some of you, they wanted to feel settled in a new living space. We've got the Six of Wands and the King of Cups. Oh, he's in the upright. That's good. I love these cards. Congratulations, whoever you are, because you have really mastered that part of you where maybe previously you were willing to just kind of look aside and not really think about how you feel inside. So it's like propelling you more easily to where you need to be because you were so determined to address what you needed to, or because you were dedicated. Judgment in the reverse. Three of Swords. They're going to apologize for making a decision that they thought would probably hurt you, but would not have hurt them. And it ended up hurting them as well. And they may see that as complete karmic justice, that it hurt them as well. So I do think it's possible this person's going to shed a few tears because I think there's guilt there. And there's also heartbreak that they went through that they didn't expect. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Wands in the reverse. A big part of this person's journey or what they needed to do as far as the spiritual awakening was realizing they needed to let go of that person from their past, be it best friend or ex. This is someone they couldn't rely on, and it created very toxic, chaotic energy in the King of Wands life or the Hierophant's life. So that was a major hurdle, and I do feel like they have cleared it. All right. Well, that was almost bad, you guys. All right. This is the Wild Reflections Tarot. What else do we have? Bobby, Happy New Year's. Do you have any fun plans? Someone's got to have some fun plans out there. We've got Eight of Pentacles. Six of Wands. This feels like accomplishment. I put in a lot of work, or I've been planning this for a long time. I didn't know if it was going to go well. I didn't know how well received my conversation would be. Hello, Illuminati. How are you doing? But the Six of Wands is victory. It's also, it can talk about a homecoming. This person may feel like you're home, and that reuniting with you is especially comforting. We've got the Emperor and the World in the reverse. They may still have a little additional healing, don't we all? But they have made strides or really focused on what they needed to with regards to the divine feminine energy and what they needed to do in terms of independence. What else do we have? Four of Cups and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So it feels like a person who rejected you or made you feel rejected that is coming back around. And some of you may not be here for this person. You may have already moved on. You may have already been, letting that go. But I feel like this is a reading for somebody who is hopeful because they feel this love interest of theirs is still interested. Well, yeah, they are, but they're at this point a little unimpressed. Like the communication has been lacking. They feel they've put in more energy or they've, tried to make this work more than the other person. Strength. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And yeah, I think that the love interest for the Hierophant looks at the connection as a very strong connection, but there's been an obstacle, and that obstacle could potentially lead to an end. They may not reconnect, but it feels like they're also willing to accept that there could be a positive way this goes, right? Hi, Tiana. How's it going? Happy New Year. Yes, exactly. Communication versus 5D. Like you can send all that energy or whatever, but at the end of the day, I need actual words. Talk to me. Two of Swords in the reverse. And the Six of Swords. They've made a decision. They want to do whatever it takes to make things right. They know it may not be easy. They know they may get rejected, but they don't want to ignore what happened and deal with like regretting how it happened years down the road. This is the Overthinker's Oracle. It's probably fair to say that this Hierophant person's overthinking just a little bit. They've had a lot of time to do so. I'm sorry I broke your heart. And Possessive, you belong to me. Desire to own or dominate. I'm so sorry. I never should have strung you along. They weren't quite sure how things would go with you. So there may have been back and forth, let's chat and then I'm going to distance myself. Let's date and then I'm going to move away. Let's flirt and then I'm going to ghost you. But they're not in that indecisive energy anymore. I'm going to do anything and everything to win you back. Hiding my emotions and feelings for you. I don't feel worthy of your forgiveness. Part of feeling worthy for forgiveness is making sure that your apology is genuine. But you've heard me, I'm sure, say it already. Forgiveness is just as much for the person who forgives as it is for the one who wants to be forgiven. And I think this Hierophant is expecting the person they want to talk to be perhaps a little bit more angry, maybe to even block them. They may be currently blocked, but I think they've already been forgiven. So they're concerned about whether or not they'll be, kicked out or ignored. But I do think the apology would be accepted and that the forgiveness has probably even already been extended. This Hierophant does have a lot of regrets in terms of what they've said, what they haven't said, and what they've done. I'm addicted to your energy. I stay awake all night thinking about you. I miss how our relationship used to be. So this is a general reading. It's possible you didn't actually date this person, but for many of you, it reached that relationship status, or there were activities you did where it felt like you were, exclusive. But they're concerned now. They feel like there's a chance you're really moving on, or that there's somebody else who's going to pursue you enthusiastically, shall we say. All right, this is the Ghost Tarot. How's it going, Pharaoh? Happy New Year. What else do we have? The Tower. Something's about to change. That's what this Hierophant is trying to get ahead of. They feel like they have to take action before this Tower moment. So there's a significant shift happening in your life or in their life, and it makes it less likely the two of you end up together, and they know it. They have to have a conversation with you before that time. Could be a new job. It could be you started a new gym, but it is probably a decision or a circumstance that enables you to meet somebody new or creates distance between you and this person, making it difficult to connect with them. Something along those lines. We've got Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords in the reverse, and the Page of Pentacles. So even though there's a lot of anxiety or nervousness here, they are realizing that the only chance they have is if they make this grand gesture or travel to you. With the Magician, they do feel capable, but they're still nervous about it. This is like, I changed my hair totally and I'm going to see you for the first time after, and I don't know how you're going to respond to it. But lifestyle level instead of just how you look. They're nervous. Nine of Cups in the reverse. And the Three of Swords in the reverse. They feel, since they had ruined things in the past by being selfish, that the way they could improve things or like heal things with you now is by going out of their way to be not selfish. Do something very considerate, thoughtful. Maybe they made something for you or wrote something for you. The Sun in the reverse and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like they're going to show you what they've been working on. And they're going to let you know that they've gone through a bit of a difficult time emotionally. You may be a little taken aback or surprised that this person's willing to say something like, I spent last weekend crying, or I kept reading over your letters or your messages and it made me really emotional. Like, they're going to talk differently about how they feel or what is happening between the two of you because they are more in touch with those emotions. Lovers in the reverse and the Eight of Swords. What about them? And the Ten of Pentacles. I don't really like saying this, but it's what's coming through. This person seems to feel that the only chance at happiness they have is being with you. And they have to take that long shot, even if there's a chance or a significant chance that you're going to be like, no. because they can't really imagine feeling the way they feel for you about somebody else. And they've been daydreaming about a life with you. So in one strange way, they were in the Eight of Swords with this past relationship, right? They've freed themselves from that. They may have a little bit of a skewed image of what a relationship is supposed to be like, but it's kind of like, well, if I were to ever be stuck again, I would want to be stuck with you forever. I hope that makes sense to you all. And I hope it's not like insulting, but it's a change in their perspective in terms of how they view a long-term relationship. And it's like, well, if it's you, then I'm okay with spending all that time with the same person. Five of Wands in the reverse. They're just hoping that you're not going to get into a major argument when they show up. All right, let's... I'm in love with the Cats Rule the Earth cards, so we'll get a few more from there. What else do we have? Strength in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Devil. Ugh. Well, it makes sense because the Strength is in the reverse, and that's essentially the same as the Devil in the upright. So this Queen of Pentacles, flanked by not so great energy, is likely the person from the past. This could be an influence like a friend or, like I said, an ex, but this is part of, or a major part of, the obstacle, right? The reason why they felt like they couldn't be with you or tell you how they really felt. This is somebody they've known for a very long time. But there's a person who I think offered some help. And there's also a situation where they felt like particularly betrayed by this Devil energy. I'm hearing the song Devil Woman, so that might resonate for somebody. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would classify it as looking for excuses. This is clearly somebody who feels like they needed to put together a significant plan to actually end this connection with this friend or with this ex and get to a place where they were more independent or able to work towards a different connection, a different relationship, a different love. Oh, I think you have, whoever I'm reading for, I think this person wants to see you, and you may not know that they are counting down to that time. 3, 2, 1 we had with the cups, right? I think this person knows when they're going to see you next, and you don't know when you're going to see them next. So brush your teeth every day, every night, and maybe after lunch too, okay? Hello, Aqua Beauty. And the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This person may be worried about what they do for work, whether or not they want to keep that job, or whether or not you want to invest further in them. The Eight of Pentacles is about hard work. Like, if I have finally seen the light and I'm willing to let go of what was holding me back from a long-term relationship, and I pour my heart out and I tell you how I feel and I tell you I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and then you go, nah, it's not going to feel very good, right? So it's scary. But you got this. I believe in you. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? All right, let's see what else we've got from the Voyage of the Soul. I am generally the type to say those cheesy kind of things, but I actually don't really like that one. Hello, Bradley. How are you doing? Or like in a couple of days, someone will be like, oh, it's the funniest joke I've heard all year. Or you're the hottest person I've seen all year. Ha ha ha. Cute. I'm glad to hear it, Bradley. So we've got the Alive card and the Fate card. I hope this is not triggering for anyone, but for some of you, and I do think it's a significant percentage, this person has gone through a very difficult spiritual awakening where there were times you might be the only reason they made it through. Thinking about being with you may have helped this person stay a little bit more balanced in their life, have a little bit more hope or faith for what could, transpire if they made it through. I do think they have significant gifts. I think you already are aware of at least one of those gifts, but probably more than that. I do think they're quite intuitive, and someone out there knows how to astral travel, but we also have talent, or publicity. So this could also be somebody who has some measure of fame. Hello, Darnell. How are you doing? So we've got karma, flow, and guides. Yes, this is absolutely about karma, and it feels, how do I explain this? Okay, this might actually mean something for someone out there, so I'm going to explain it how I see it in my mind. I see it as somebody who has been at the casino and won, but they're done now. They're ready to leave. So they have to take their chips up and actually get like cash, right? This is somebody who has done the work. They have proceeds. They have accomplishments. They feel like they did stuff, right? It's time to get paid. This is, I've earned my good karma. Now I want to go get some good dinner, or now I want to go, dancing or whatever. This is somebody who has put in a lot of effort, maybe both people, right? And the fortune they've been seeking is very close to them. So they're asking to actually receive that blessing. Okay, I'm ready for that abundance. I'm ready for that relationship. I'm ready for that love, right? This is the Romance Angel Oracle. Good. What else do we have? That's funny. What else do we have? Very soon. See, you don't have very long to wait. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. See, they get to know you better and they like you even more, or love you even more. True love. I can't help it. That's the only way I can hear those two words together. And if you don't get the movie reference, I feel bad for you, son. We got make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Remember, we got that guides card. You're going to get some sort of intuitive messages telling you it's time. Get in the car or hop on that plane or whatever it is, but you got to say something. You got to do something. You got to make it clear how you feel and what you're looking for. They may be taking advantage of New Year's Eve, right? Oh, you're only a hop, skip, and a jump away. I can still make it there before midnight. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Hello. Oh, I think I did already greet you, Matt, but I'm going to say hello anyways. Yes, Princess Bride. You're right. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I hope you enjoy the rest of your New Year's. Please be safe. And let's start off this next year on the right foot, shall we? Doodles.